Are you familiar with a person by the name of Kelvin Watts, who answers to the names Kell and Shell Kell?
I know of him, but I don't know him. He wasn't there though that night. I know that much.
Does Shell Kell, to your knowledge, belong to a particular gang?
Well, I heard that he was part of a gang.
Are you aware of whether he claims to be a part of that gang via his postings or anything else?
Yeah, a lot of people claim to be some, they ain't.
Fair enough. What gang do you understand Shell Kell to be a part of?
What he claimed, 9 Deuce or something like that?
9 Deuce?
Yes.
Is that also If Gang or Inglewood Family?
From my understanding.
That's a yes?
Yes, from my understanding.
Okay. And is that gang, to your understanding, a blood gang?
Section or foundation?
If he knows, Your Honor, I'm asking to his understanding, does he understand that gang to be a blood set?
Overruled.
Yes, I heard, but I don't know for sure. I heard.
Did you consider that gang a rival gang?
Please use your mic. Okay, sorry.
A rival gang? No.
Did you state on December 28th, 2022, that you threatened to harm a person named Kell because of that person's association with a rival gang?
Yeah, but at the time I didn't know. At the time that the threat was made, I didn't know he was If Gang.
When did you learn he was If Gang?
Ooh, I know it was after that video.
Okay. Now we're talking about a video. What video are you referring to?
The video of me and Quindarius. But it wasn't about no gang situation.
Okay. What did you do in the video?
I told him if he was looking for me, I had something for someone who was looking for me, who was not my friend.
And forgive me, you told him that if he was looking for you, what was that last part?
I had anything for anybody who's looking for me that's not my friend. He has no reason looking for me if he's not my friend.
Okay. And what did you have for him?
Whatever to do to protect myself.
Who else was in the video with you?
Quindarius Zachary.
Is he the only person?
That's the only person I remember.
I'm going to show you what we have marked as State's Exhibit 441Y, which has also been provided to counsel for the defendants. With the court's permission, may I approach?
You may.
Are you able to see the video on the screen?
Yes.
Okay. And when do you recall that video being made?
I can't recall. I just know it was in. I can't recall. I know it was in. I think it was in 2015 or 2014. I don't recall.
What did you do with that video once it was made?
They posted on social media.
Who is they?
I want to say Zachary posted. Or did I post it? I don't recall who posted, but
It was either you or Zachary?
yeah.
What are you saying in the video?
I just told you what I said.
Is State's Exhibit 441 Yankee, is that a fair and accurate depiction of the video that you...
The video you just showed me?
Yes.
Yes.
Your Honor, the state tenders 441 Yankee as evidence.
Admitted.
And with the court's permission, while we are pulling that up, I'll go ahead and ask you additional questions.
That's fine.
Thanks. Do you have anything? Do you have anything in your hands in the video?
Yes.
What?
I go.
And does Zachary have anything in his hands in the video?
Got 2 guns in his hand.
What was the purpose of posting that video on social media?
We were really being silly, man.
Okay. And when you say you're being silly, what do you mean?
It was childish.
Okay. Did you intend for people to see it?
They posted on Instagram, so of course people were gonna see it.
Understood.
We posted it for him to see it.
Okay. Would you please continue? Hang on one second. If it's ready to play, we can play it. And we are now publishing State's Exhibit 441 Yankee after we hide the floating toolbar.
You little strip ass nigga.
We ain't really going back and
We
forth
don't
no
beef with
nigga.
nigga. We don't go. You little bitch ass
I
nigga
know
wanna
we
see
hit.
me? I'm everywhere. Yeah, fuck you nigga, Kel. Whoever else, nigga. Well, nigga.
Pop, pop, pop.
Nigga, whoa.
They said I ain't really going back.
Is that the video you're referring to?
Yes.
All right. Now, would you continue telling the jury what led to the drive-by shooting following Damekion Garlington getting jumped on at the club?
What led to it?
Yes, continue telling us what happened.
We left the club and we went over. Well, no, we didn't leave the club. I left the club and then Garlington called me to come back to get him because I left him at the club.
Did Garlington ride with you to the club?
No,
Do you know who Garlington went to the club with?
no, he was calling me all that day to ride me to the club, and I don't like people to ride to the club. I mean, I go to the club by myself. I might meet them there, but I always ride by myself.
Who all participated in the fight when Garlington got jumped?
Just me and Garlington. No one else was in the club with us.
All right. And so after, how did the fight end?
Security guard broke it up.
After the security guard broke it up, what did you do?
I stayed in the club. They put Garlington out the club.
And then what happened?
I was in the inside looking for Garlington's phone with security guard, and I guess security guard found the phone and he took it outside. And then eventually I got the females that I was with, and we went outside.
And then what happened?
I pulled off. Garlington was talking, saying something, and I got in my car and pulled off. And by the time I got to the spreadway, Garlington called me back to come pick him up because he didn't have a ride.
What club were you all at?
Club Crucial.
And what day of the week was that?
It wasn't a Monday, so it had to be like a Saturday or something like that, if I am mistaken.
What did Garlington call you back for? Just to get a ride?
Yeah, at first just to get a ride, yes.
What then did it later turn into?
It later turned into a shoe.
Tell the jury how that happened.
I guess Garlington didn't want to let it go, and I was riding with Garlington. Which I probably wouldn't have let it go neither, because another grown man ain't got no business putting his hand on no grown man.
So fill in the blanks and tell us, from the time that you went to pick up Garlington, what happened that led you to participate in a drive-by shooting?
I don't remember. I can't remember all the details that happened that night, but I just know it was a drive-by shooting. Well, it wasn't a drive-by shooting.
What
It
was
was a shooting. Cause I didn't see nobody shoot. If that makes sense.
Please explain.
I never seen them shoot. Cause I dropped them off and I kept going.
And then what happened?
I guess they did the shooting.
Did you drop them off at any one particular spot?
I don't know the name of the street.
Understood, but did you drop them off at any one particular spot?
I don't remember.
Did you take them to more than one spot?
Can you refresh my memory if you can?
Let me try this another way. Were you asked to take Damekion Garlington or anyone else in the car with you to more than one spot?
No, I remember taking Zachary, to his cousin's house somewhere.
So what happened at the spot that you said you dropped them off at?
I don't remember, Ms. Love, but I know I pleaded guilty to it. I don't remember, but I know I pleaded guilty to it. I don't remember all the details, but I pleaded guilty to it.
Mr. Sledge, is a drive-by shooting or shooting something that stands out in your mind, or is it something that's just commonplace for you?
Objection, Your Honor, it's a compound question.
Overruled.
Could you repeat it?
Is a drive-by shooting something that stands out in your mind, or is it something that is just commonplace for you?
Could you break it down? Because I don't understand what you're saying. You saying, is it in my mind or is it just something I do?
Is it something that is worthy of remembering for you? A drive-by shooting?
No.
It's not something that's worthy of remembering?
No.
Okay. So it's not a big deal for you?
Not for me.
Was more than one house shot up after Damekion was jumped at the club?
Probably I wasn't there. I probably was, I'm saying, but I didn't take him to more than one place.
Do you recall going to Adele Drive
Where is that located?
off of Martin Luther King in, I'll rephrase. Do you recall going to an area off of Martin Luther King called Adele Drive?
Yeah, I think that was Wolf.
Do you recall going to a location on Drew Drive?
No, they lied.
Night.
No, I don't recall going to drive, but I know it was all in my plea agreement. I just thought it was best in my interest, so I pleaded guilty to it.
Okay. Did you ever talk about that shooting with Quindarius Zachary or Damekion Garlington?
What you mean, that night?
At any time?
No, we didn't really talk about it.
Okay. When I asked you whether you threatened to harm Kelvin Watts because he was affiliated with a rival gang, did you say rather, at the time you made the threat, you did not know he was IF gang. Did you say that?
Yes.
Why did you make an assertion about IF gang when I asked you about a rival gang?
Because it ain't, Ms. Love, it ain't like I don't know what y'all trying to put together. I know what you saying and I know what the state's saying, but that don't mean it got to be true.
Mr. Sledge, do you understand that I'm just asking you questions so that you can speak to the jury?
And I answered to the jury like.
You didn't answer the question. My only question to you was, why is it that when I asked you whether you threatened to harm Shell Kell because he was affiliated with a rival gang, you responded, at the time I made the threat, I didn't know he was IF gang.
I said I didn't know he was 9 Deuce.
Object. That's a misstatement of the
right,
evidence.
Sustained. The witness corrected it.
Thank you. Why did you say that at the time you made the threat, you didn't know he was a member of that gang?
Because the state, this is what the state painted a picture that YSL, I'm answering the question if you're going to let me answer. The way I know the answer. If you're not going to let me answer, then.
Sledge, go ahead.
Because the state is painting a picture that YSL and 9 Do is the rival gang. So I know you saying it don't take a rocket science to figure that out.
Has anyone instructed you to come in here and talk about what picture the state is trying to paint?
No.
Has anyone instructed you just to be honest?
I'm being honest. You might think I'm not, but I'm telling you I'm being honest.
Okay.
I'm being honest as I can.
So irrespective of the picture that the state, in your opinion, is trying to paint, why did you bring up the name of that particular gang when I asked you about a rival gang?
It's also
No, it has been overruled.
It's also a misstatement, Your Honor. Miss Love brought up IF gang.
Right.
Correct. Go
All right.
ahead, Ms. Love.